What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Dundalk Trapp podcast. It was a really bad day for Ray yesterday, but me and Gio bounced back. Like I said earlier, my friend had texted me about Ray's Santa Clara UC Irvine pick, and as soon as that text went through, I knew Ray was screwed. I was worried for him, and Ray, I could just tell Ray overslept this morning a little bit. I can tell Ray might be a little pissed off, so Ray, you need to bounce back. How you feeling today, Ray?
Mm, you know, I thought like you did on Wednesday. I thought I was going to go 3-0. Both my teams were up and looking good at the half, and then they say you sit on the lead, you shit on the lead, and that's what they did.
Yep,
And
good shit,
fucking
bro.
Seattle goes like 7 minutes without scoring a point, and just can't make it up. Cam
Yeah.
Tyson, fucking horrible. What do you have? 1 point at the half? Took like
Ah,
4 shots.
yeah, it was definitely an off night. I was actually tuned into the UC Irvine ending, and you could just see the game go away. Like it got
Yeah.
it got ugly for the ending. Tough night for Ray. But Gio, how are you feeling? A little 2-1. Smoked Ray last night. Ray was talking big shit. How you feeling?
I had to bounce back, and that's what I did.
Yeah, I like
Feeling
that.
good.
I like that. I
Feeling
like
good.
that. I had to bounce back, and that's what I did. Ray is pissed. Now we're all
Nah,
tied at 2-4. We are
yeah,
all tied.
we're
Ray was
all
Ray
things
was feeling
equal.
good. Ray was feeling good after the first night because he was the only one with a win, and now Ray is sick. It looks like Gio caught him. I, good shit, Gio. It's really
Yep,
good shit.
we're back.
Um, who wants to start today? You want me to start because you guys started the other day? I'll
Sure.
I'll start. All right. My first play of the day is Frank Harris over 271 passing yards. He's won over this in two straight in 9 of 13 games this year. The reason his numbers as low as it is because they're playing against Troy's defense. But Troy's defense has allowed the over of this against all of the good passing offenses they've played. They have a decent passing defense, but like I said, Harris is honestly one of the best passers in terms of rating and passing yards per game in college football this year. He's like sixth in passing yards, which is kind of crazy. Being from UTSA, but like I said, he's one of the most underrated quarterbacks in college football, and I think he goes from honestly maybe 300 yards. I think this is a high scoring game, which I'll talk about in my next play. But I think it stays close as well as it's just a 1.5 point spread. And I think Harris goes over this total, maybe 300 plus. But he'll definitely throw for a ton of yards. And I really like this play. Gio or Ray, whoever one
Uh,
wants to go next.
kind of hopping off Ben there in the same game. I'm gonna go UTSA minus a point and a half. I think Frank Harris, being a senior and also coming back for next year, will want to lead the way and win a bowl game. And I like that Kavorian Barnes. They got him involved in the run game last week against North Texas with 175 yards. So I think that and the high passing attack. It'll create a good offense that Troy won't be able to stop, and they should win it by at least a touchdown. I feel like. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that.
My one of my plays for the day is Nuggets money line against the Lakers. The Lakers did come off a tough loss, but they wouldn't have been in that game if it wasn't for the Celtics shooting like crap at the end of the third quarter and the whole pretty much fourth quarter. The Nuggets should really beat them. The spread's only 1 point, so I'm just taking the money line. They're a much better all around team than the Lakers, and they should win easily. Nuggets money line.
Before I give my next play, the faces that Ray makes in every pick
Yeah,
you've given out
yeah.
makes
Well,
me laugh.
I try to stay serious with his college basketball bets, but we've seen how those have been going. So
Bro, I went back and watched both podcasts so far. Ray makes the funniest faces when Gio gives his picks and gives his reasoning for it, bro. That is so funny. Uh, How do you but like you're tied with him now, Gio. How do you feel? Like what's going on tonight? Are you gonna beat him tonight? Are you gonna one up him tonight?
I'm expecting to go 3-0 tonight.
I like that, Gio.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a
I
hell of an
mean, I've
answer.
been riding. Last night was a good night for you. Finally.
Yep.
All right. My second bet staying in the bowl game. Troy versus UTSA over 56 and a half. UTSA offense, like we've just been talking about, will give Troy's defense problems. Like I said earlier, Troy's defense is really not hasn't played as well against really elite or better at least opponents. They allowed 32 to App State, 27 to Western Kentucky, 26 to Coastal Carolina, 28 to Ole Miss, which is kind of the only game that's kind of excused or whatever, just because Ole Miss they actually played pretty good against. Allowing 28 to Ole Miss isn't bad. But this is, in my opinion, the toughest offense they'll play all year. And then for UTSA, they've allowed their defense is subpar. UTEP 31, UAB 38, Western Kentucky 28, Middle Tennessee State 30, Army 38, which is kind of different just because Army's offense is completely different than both of this. And Texas 41, Houston 37. So I think their defense, I think Troy's offense will be able to stay in it just a little bit. I don't see this game being a blowout, but like I agree with your bet earlier with UTSA. But as long as this is a close game, both teams are going to go back and forth, I think, scoring. And I think both teams are in the 30s, maybe even the 40s tonight, or today, later today. And I really like the over in this game. That's actually 1A, 1B with my next bet for my favorite bet of the day. That you can go now, right?
All right. Moving to the NBA since the college basketball hasn't been working and it's not a good day for that. We're going with Nets minus 1.5. They're on a 4-game win streak. They're in Toronto tonight, who's on a 3-game losing streak. OG Anunoby has already been ruled out. And the Raptors have played their starters like a ton the last few games, so I think they'll be a little tired. Yeah, I think they can get the job done and win by probably 4 or 5. Close game, but they pull away at the end.
All right, my next play is Islanders in reg against the Coyotes. Coyotes, one of the worst teams in the league. Islanders, one of the best, surprisingly, this year. Islanders' last 3 games, they've outscored their opponents 9-2, and the Coyotes are on a 5-game losing streak. So the Islanders should pretty handily win this game easily. And yeah.
All right, my last play, which like I said is one of my favorites of the day. Jeremy Grant over 20.5 points. The Mavericks allow the 6th most points per game, 2 small forwards. Grant's also due. He's went over this like 1 in his last 5. It's a high number for how he's played as of late. Last time he played against Dallas, he went for 37. And Dame has been red hot, and I think this is a cool down game for Dame. Dame has been playing like MVP the past few games, but I just think Dame kind of cools down a little bit, and not even in terms of production. I think he goes over his assist total, which is 7.5, which is plus money. Take a look at that. But Jeremy Grant, due for a big game, went off against them last time they played, and yeah, I think he scores 24. Some points like that, and Dame goes over his assist total. So take a look into Dame's assists as well. But I really love Jeremy Grant over 20.5 points.
Yeah, I like that too. Last play is going to be the Sixers minus 7.5 against the Warriors. Curry's out, as we all know, for a few weeks, and Andrew Wiggins is also out. So that's 2 of their big players gone. So it's going to have to be Poole and Thompson running the show, and I don't think that gets done on the road, which the Warriors have been horrible on the road. And the Sixers, always good at home. And pretty much every team gets, amped up to play the defending champs no matter what state they're in. So I think the Sixers come out, and just like a stat is the offensive efficiency for the Warriors when Curry's off the court is like the worst in the league. So I think they really struggle and get blown out.
My last play for the day is the Wild minus 1.5 against the Blackhawks. We're betting against the Blackhawks again. It's a back-to-back. But Vegas didn't even play that well last night, and they still blew out the Blackhawks. They're a very slow team. They have nothing
Did you
special.
watch the game?
Yeah, I watched some of it.
That's respect.
So, and they're on the road in Minnesota. So Wild should pretty handily win this game by 2 or more goals because the Blackhawks just have nothing, and they're going to be tired, and they're on like a 5-game losing streak, 3-game losing streak. So I'm pretty confident in this play.
I'll tell. All right, now that we're done the three, we're gonna jump to NFL, and give some of our NFL bets before Sunday. If there was Saturday college football, we would do that. So if we're still doing this, hopefully we still are doing this next year. We'll do Saturday college football plays as well. But we're gonna just do NFL Sunday. Actually, we have a couple Saturday NFL bets as well. I'll start with my first Saturday bet. Dalvin Cook over 70.5 rushing yards. The Colts run defense is not good. Um, they have a really good passing defense. The Vikings are due for a win after that bad loss to the Lions. And Dalvin Cook is also due for a breakout game. He's won over this in 2 of his last 4. Last game against the Lions, he had more than enough carries to go over this total and had just like 26 or 36 yards, something low like that. If they're winning, they're going to hand the ball off later in the game, which should get him more touches. So I'm not worried about. Whereas our NBA bets, we have to worry about blowouts. If it's a blowout, Cook will still touch the ball and get carries running the clock out. I think he goes over this pretty handily. Maybe around 80 to 90 yards, but I really like this, especially with him kind of coming off of a weak game against the Lions, which really hurt the Vikings. And they had to throw the ball so much because they were down the whole game.
All right. First Saturday play is going to be the under in the Bills Dolphins game. It's at 44.5. These are two good offenses normally, but it's going to be, snowing, freezing cold. I think they're calling for like 6 inches of snow, maybe. Tua is horrendous in the cold weather. I don't think he's won a game in below 50-degree weather. And he's been playing, like shit recently. But after his good start, I guess he was October and November surprise. But yeah, I think the Bills defense is good enough to hold the Dolphins to below 20. And I think it's like a 13-20 type game, 13-25, something like that. So I see that going under.
My first Saturday pick is Ravens money line or Ravens plus 2.5. It's a homer pick, but they're playing the Browns. Deshaun Watson has not looked good at all. Dobbins looked great last week against the Steelers. I expect him to have another big game. Hopefully, Gus gets some more action and have some breakout runs. But the Ravens, with their defense, should pretty handily control Deshaun Watson. They should win this game.
I'll probably be betting Ravens money line, but that's just because we're fans. I have 2 bets for that game. J.K. Dobbins over. Actually, I have 3, but I'm kind of mainly giving out 2. J.K. Dobbins over 49.5 yards and his anytime touchdown. Cleveland's run defense is not good, and I think the Ravens will run all over them. Even with Huntley playing, I know when Huntley's played, Greg Roman's loved to throw the ball all over the field, but I think Dobbins legitimately put the team on his back last week. He's definitely limited, so it's kind of a risky bet, but after the way he played last week and with Cleveland's run defense being worse than Pittsburgh's, I think Dobbins finds the holes like he did last week, has 1 or 2 big runs, and goes over this pretty handily. And if they're in the red zone, it'll be a coin flip between him and Gus getting the red zone carries. But at any time touchdown being plus 220 for Dobbins, I really like it coming off of what he did last week. And like I said, I just 49.5 because he's limited is a risk, but I just can't leave it with how he played last week, going over 100 plus. So based off of last week, I have to take Dobbins rushing yards. And then my other bet for the game, Amari Cooper over 55.5 receiving yards. Since Watson has taken over the starting quarterback, Amari Cooper has been bad in terms of statistics, but he's due for a big game. Watson's struggles have been atrocious, but that comes with sitting out for a while. He'll get Watson the ball, or I said he'll get Watson. He'll get Cooper the ball a good amount this week. And the Ravens allowed 74 receiving yards to Cooper last time they played. Ravens passing defense is nowhere near as good as their run defense. And I see Cooper going for maybe somewhere near what he did last time, 74. But I like it, like you said, I like the Ravens to win. Probably some bias, but I still think Cooper goes over this total at 55.5, which is pretty low for him. But with the way he's played lately, it kind of makes sense. But yeah, you can go, Ray.
I also have a prop in that game. It's going to be Deshaun Watson over 25.5 rushing yards. I think the Ravens defense really focuses on shutting Chubb down and limiting him. So I think the Browns are going to need to, do some options, do, some design quarterback runs, as well as Watts is going to be scrambling a little, I think. So I think he should pretty easily get this 25.5 yards. So yeah.
My next play for football this weekend is Justin Fields over 69.5 rushing yards. He's been Ray.
I'm
You
not.
guys see this? Do you guys see this?
What?
We all have the same record, and he thinks he's something special.
I like
I just
that.
think. I
Yes,
just. I just think
Yeah,
you're funny.
yeah, yeah.
I like that.
No,
I like that, yeah.
Fields should run. He's going to run the ball everywhere this weekend. He's been doing it
Eagles'
a
run
lot this
defense is not
year.
as good as their passing defense. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. It's gonna go. He might drop the 80 yards rushing. He doesn't throw the ball a lot. He's gonna be running.
I
Fields over
agree, and
69.5.
I think you should take a look at his longest rush too. That's a good play you picked. I kind of like that actually.
Yep.
Yep.
But now moving to Sunday,
Got that one,
I
Gio.
like I like Miles Sanders over 68.5 rushing yards. Bears run defense is not very good. Miles Sanders is due for some carries. He had a big week last week. I think the Eagles could win this game by 21 plus. If they're up a bunch, they will be running the ball in the second half. And Miles Sanders is due for a big run. 68.5 is a low total, but with the way Nick Sirianni kind of runs his offense, not as much of a surprise. That kind of his numbers is low because some weeks he loves giving the ball to Sanders. Some weeks Sanders has 5 to 6 carries. So I like Sanders over 68.5 rushing yards this week. Like I said, I think he runs the ball a ton in the second half and goes over this pretty easily.
All right. My favorite spread play of the week is the Jets minus 1.5. I mean, everyone's kind of high on the Lions right now, after the big win against the Vikings. But I think that comes to an end this week against an elite defense in the Jets. Um, Jets are at home. I think they can, score enough points on that bad Lions defense, whether that's running the ball or, throwing the ball with their good weapons and Garrett Wilson and others. Um, so I think they should cover this number pretty easily and, get a big win for their playoff push.
My final play for the football this weekend is Dolphins +7. Ray doesn't like this play because you know he's he loves Josh Allen.
Yep.
But it's gonna be the weather's gonna be bad. I feel like it's gonna be a really close game. Maybe like 4-point, 3-point game. Tua really hasn't looked that well, but Josh Allen hasn't looked well either. I say the Dolphins stay in this game pretty well. +7. I don't think they lose by a touchdown.
I like that, Gio. That's quality. Ray and Gio are gonna be having a battle this week when Ray gives his next play. You guys will hear. But Alvin Kamara over 92.5 rushing / receiving yards. He's went way under this in like 5 or 6 straight. So it's crazy to see the line this high. But he's went over this in 3 of the last 4 against Atlanta. He's due. I don't like Atlanta struggles against both the run and the pass. The Saints' only way of winning the game is to get their best offensive player involved. I think he goes over this. I think he has 100 plus. But like I said, it's just odd that this number is this high with how much struggles he's had of the last 5, and this matchup's too good for him to be to not go over this. And his how good he's been against Atlanta, I really like this. So Alvin Kamara over 92.5 rushing / receiving yards.
All right. Now that Gio gave his, last play, I'm gonna go on the other side. Bills
Okay.
-7 at home in the freezing cold, just how they like it. Mike McDaniel can walk all he wants, and in that nice warm Miami weather down in Florida. But when he comes up to Buffalo for the first time, it's going to be a rude awakening. Josh Allen and the Bills are going to do what they need to win. Josh Allen can throw through the snow. We've seen that last year in the last week of the season. He did what he needed to do, and I think they, win
He
the
couldn't
game.
throw. He couldn't throw against the wind though. We saw that against the Patriots last year. Keep going though.
That was 50 that was it's not going to be like that. That was 50
Okay.
mile an
Right.
hour. But I think they and he can run. I mean, Tua can't run. That is going to be a big advantage. He can run, truck over people. I mean, Bills -7 seems like the right play, and it's a revenge game for them after losing to Miami the first time.
Are you going for that, Gio, or what's your response to that?
Dolphins +7. That's my response.
I like that.
I like that. That's good,
That's
Joe.
that is good. That's very good. So you're Gio. You don't have any more NFL plays, right?
No, that's all I got.
All right. For my next one, I'll go with both of them from this game. I have three more. Here's two. Mike Evans over 58.5 receiving yards. At one point this year, his totals were like 82, 83.5, and now he's down to 58.5. Him and Brady have been off this year, and they've shown their frustrations. He is due for a breakout week, and because I think he has a breakout week, I'm also going with Bucks money line. Line's 3.5. I think the public will be all over Cincinnati with how they've played lately. People like Ray are all over Joe Burrow, and he's due to get hit around. If the Bucks can finish sacks, the Bengals will lose this game. One thing about Joe Burrow's game that is great is the way he avoids sacks and keeps plays alive, kind of like Patrick Mahomes does. But I think the Bucks will finish some sacks this week, get to him, hit him like he was getting hit earlier in the year, and that throws them off of everything. I think the Bucks win this game. It's in Tampa Bay, which makes me like it even more. And like I said, I think the public will be all over the Bengals. 3.5, I don't think makes sense just because of how both teams have played. So I would take Bucks money lines plus 165 or 75, something like that. I really like the Bucks this week. Nobody will like it. I think it'll be, like I said, Bengals money line will be a public bet. And yeah, I like Bucks to win outright.
All right. Next NFL play is going to be Broncos -3. The Broncos have killed me and so many others this year, so many times. But going back to them again against a good matchup, I think their elite defense shuts down Colt McCoy, and they do enough offensively. Even though Russell Wilson disappointing. I think they run the ball a little, and I think the Cardinals are just done after that last week and losing Murray. I think they come out flat, and the Broncos, have played hard all year, even though, they've been horrible. So I think they cover the 3.
All right. How many more do you have left?
I can do 1 more, 2 more, whatever you want.
Okay, I'll do. I'll do 2. I'll do 2 or 3. So from this same game, I like this is 2 of the same game. I like Mike Williams 65.5 receiving yards, and Derrick Henry 2+ touchdowns, and his number's 98.5, which is a big number, but I think he rushes for 150 plus. Mike Williams is like meant for a big game against the Titans this week. Titans give up the second most passing yards in the NFL, and Mike Williams is the big play threat. Mike Williams has shown when he's been on the field this year, he's an elite receiver. I'm a big fan of Mike Williams, and he doesn't even have it's not even separation. There's guys all over him, and he still makes catches. I think Herbert throws the ball down the field to him at least twice, maybe 3 times this game, and Mike Williams comes up with a big play and tears up the Titans' passing defense. And then Derrick Henry, the Chargers struggle against the run. Derrick Henry is, when they give him the ball, top 2 running back in the NFL. The Chargers defense just isn't that good. I think their offense is going to have to keep them in this game. Titans have been horrible lately. Everybody will be probably betting on the Chargers with how they've played as of late. I think they win this game, but I still think it's close enough to see Derrick Henry get second half touches. I think he scores 2+ touchdowns. I haven't seen the odds on it yet, but it's probably like plus 180, plus 200, something around there. And then over 98.5 rushing yards. They have to give him the ball. He's due for 1 or 2 breakout runs, which would put him over this easily. And basically the big question will be whether or not he gets the ball in the second half. If he gets the ball in the second half, he will go over this. If they're getting blown out, he won't. So kind of all depends on what you think about this game if you want to take that. But if it's a close game, Derrick Henry goes over this total.
All right, in that game, I do have a spread pick. I'm going to go Titans plus the 3. I think this is pretty much a must-win for the Titans if they want to stay in the division race because the Jags are, heating up and always there. And this is kind of the game that the Titans win. I mean, they're underdogs. Vrabel is very good as an underdog. And the Chargers are, I mean, they won last week against Miami, who struggled, could have easily beat them. Chargers have disappointed this year, and I think that bad run defense is the difference in this. I think Derrick Henry, tires out the defense, and I think Ben's prop is right on. As in the second half, they should feed him the ball and put that game away. I think they actually win the game outright.
Gio, you actually did have one more bet that you said before in that game or in the Jaguars Cowboys game.
Oh yeah, Jaguars plus what, 3.5? No,
4.
yeah, plus 3. What?
It was 4. I think it's 4.
It's 4.
You did some good research. Keep going.
Dak's really, he's not that good. I mean, come on, we got to be on. Garbage. He's garbage.
Dak
He's overrated.
Dak has had a horrible year, and I have him in every fantasy league. Dak has been a absolute bum this year. I don't think we talk about it enough. He got paid money. That worked out really well for the Cowboys. Cowboys think they're going to win the Super Bowl. You're not winning a Super Bowl with him a quarterback. All right, keep going.
I think the Cowboys are going to be the public bet for real. Yeah. And I think, especially Jacksonville being at home, +4, +3.5. It might be a good bet. I might put it in. I don't know yet, but I do like it.
Before the podcast, you were saying how much you liked it and you were betting on it.
No, I said I was thinking about it. No, I'll put it in.
All right, Gio's scared. Gio is scared.
No, we'll put it in. You got to think about who you're betting against. You're betting against Dak Prescott. He's not that good. We'll put it in.
Oh my God. All right. My last play of the day. Las Vegas Raiders -1 at home against the Patriots. Everybody is probably going to go bet on the Patriots just because the Patriots are in the playoff race. They played much better than the Raiders. I actually hate the Patriots. I don't know how else to say it. With betting this year, the Patriots have become my most probably hated team in the NFL. Thanksgiving, big parlay, 10 to win, 280. Bill Belichick gives Ramondre Stevenson 3 carries in the second half. Bill Belichick's an idiot. I don't think I could be more spot on with that. Bill Belichick is a bozo, and he's living off of Tom Brady's success. Some people might disagree, and that's fine. He's won all the rings. He's been the greatest coach. No, Bill Belichick's a bozo. Tom Brady was the man of that team. Belichick sucks. Belichick will find a way to lose this. Yeah, he has a little bit of success against his former coaches, but McDaniels needs a win. The Raiders have been up there with the Patriots with most hated teams with how bad they've been. But Devontae Adams is due to torch the Patriots. Josh Jacobs will probably go for 150. And Darren Waller's back. If Darren Waller stays healthy, he can have a breakout game. I have him on fantasy. I need a breakout game as I need to get in the playoffs this week in my big league. But with Darren Waller back, I really like the Raiders -1. Like I said, a lot of people probably be on the Patriots with them kind of being much better than the Raiders all year and this line being so tight. But I think the Raiders get the win. Raiders played decent last week, and I think play calling and coaching lost them that game. And the defense letting down at the end. But Patriots offense sucks. I'm not scared about the Raiders allowing much against Mac Jones. He'll find a way to turn the ball over a little bit. And the biggest question for the Patriots is what's going on at running back. If Ramondre Stevenson's out, Damian Harris has not looked as explosive, and he's questionable as well. So I'm going to go Raiders -1. I think they win this game. They win this game pretty handily with Patriots being trash.
All right. To close out the week, going Commanders -4. I think this is a good spot for them as they, are at home in a divisional game to pretty much, put themselves over the Giants in that tight division. I mean, they should have won the game 2 weeks ago when they tied. They went up 10 early and then kind of collapsed and let the Giants back in it, but tied it at the end. And then, the overtime was both teams sucked. But I think at home, they're going to be fired up for Sunday Night Football, and the defense is going to get to Daniel Jones, probably cause a turnover or two, and win the game.
It's nice. That's it for our plays. Do you guys have anything else today that you like that you want to give? I know for a fact Gio doesn't. Ray, do you have maybe a?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I don't have any either. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully Ray can.
Actually,
Oh,
on Sunday we got the World Cup final. I know Gio.
oh
has
yeah, oh yeah, Ray. Thank you. I literally completely forgot about that.
Argentina.
Isn't Benzema back, or is that his name, Benzema? I don't watch it.
If Benzema plays, he's not going to start, and he'd only be in for like 5 minutes, or they'd only sub him in. He hasn't played for the past month.
All right.
So why Argentina?
Well, I just think they're a better. France is the better all-around team, but Argentina, they looked really good against Croatia. Nobody was expecting them to put 3 up against them. Messi's been looking really good. I just don't see Messi losing another World Cup final. And, I mean, I might throw in his anytime goal scorer.
You're
Because it
really
hit
big
last
on these
game.
might bets. You're really big on these might. You might bet the Jaguars, but you're telling people to bet it.
I'm not telling anybody. No. I'm taking Argentina money line. That's what I'm taking. I've had it in since after they won the semifinal.
I thought they were gonna be like plus 150, 160. No, it's about even.
It's gonna be a close game. I honestly would rather bet the raise the cup bet than because I could see this game going in the extra time.
Well, the raise the cups minus 115, minus 105. What's the other one?
Well, like the
What's
9 minute,
yeah.
it was probably like plus 170.
I thought you put it in. Do you not? Oh, you
No,
don't
I put
remember.
in raise the cup. I put in raise the cup.
Okay.
I didn't. I think it's gonna go in extra time probably.
If you guys didn't know, Gio is one of the best sports bettors you will see. He's
and
really good.
I am gonna go France money line, or France to raise the cup, just to make it a little more fun between me and Joe on Sunday. And I France, Mbappe is apparently due for a goal according to Gio. He didn't get one last game when we needed him to. Think he does it in the World Cup final like he did last time. The defending champs have been there before. There's a reason Messi has not won a cup. I mean, he is the GOAT. It's not going to happen. France is more experienced. Benzema's back. I didn't know that. Gio, I'd be a little nervous if I were you. Benzema,
No,
Griezmann, Benzema,
I'm not.
Dembele.
I'm not.
They got everybody. Their goalie's good, Lloris, right?
Yeah, he's good.
I don't watch enough soccer. I've watched the World Cup, but Gio like main thing for us. I don't watch hockey. Ray watches a little bit, but not as much.
No, much
we
hockey.
we don't watch soccer. Gio watches both of these and has been absolute trash. He gave me Messi anytime goal scorer in a game that Messi's PK got blocked. Messi's a goat. I like Messi. I'm a fan. But the fact that Gio put money on it, you know what that meant? Messi's PK got blocked. Gio he's got to bounce back. This is going to be fun. Now I'm going to be interested watching. I'm not betting either. Gio immediately texted us after the France win that Argentina money line was the bet. He immediately texted us that. He said he liked Argentina, and Ray's first response was, "Okay, I'm going France." I love that. I think this rivalry is really brewing.
For those who don't know on this podcast, Gio is kind of like our Trent, our booker with Trent.
Kind of like a good bet fade.
I mean,
Ray is our Brenny.
Okay, he wins. Fine. Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead. I mean, fine. He wins. That is what is that insult?
Brenny. I mean, look at you.
Look at you. You're Trent. You look like doesn't he look like Trent? I mean, Ben's we've seen it all year. He bets like Trent. Looks like Trent.
Yep. He's Trent. It's
good.
Gio is the trend of the podcast. Oh, he's talking about yesterday.
0-3. I mean, We'll see in the World Cup. I know nothing about soccer. You are the soccer expert. Your Liverpool guys playing in the World Cup final. We'll see if they.
Yeah, I don't like betting against my boy on France, but
well, you're doing it.
I'm doing it.
Doing it for Messi. We'll see how
Yep.
that works.
Messi's going to raise it. It's going to be the best moment.
France money line. Now that I think about it, I like Messi. Though I can't bet against Messi. However, Gio is due for another loss. 2-1. By the way,
the game after, you bet Messi anytime goal scorer when Gio told you to. Messi scored. I think the same happens today. On Sunday, Gio told us to bet Mbappe. That was actually his first play on this podcast. That was one hell of a start,
and that started us off 1-8 day.
He got a shot block the first 5 minutes and never came close again. He's not going 3 games, especially after the Gio curse hit him. We're going Mbappe goal.
That's the new saying, the Gio curse.
The Gio curse.
That is awesome. Justin Fields is probably going to go under. What do you like? Are you actually thinking 3-0 today, Gio?
Yeah, I'm thinking 3-0.
Have you ever had like a undefeated day?
Yeah, I should have last night. Pelicans sold.
You should have. You 100% should have. I agree. Ray, today is big for everybody. We're all 2-4, which is as bad as it could get. However, today, if we all go 3-0, that will be a very, very good day for our records. It's going to take some time to catch up after the first night. And then Ray going 0-3 last night. Happy staying away from college basketball today.
3.
That
Niners.
It was bad.
Yeah, Niners.
Oh shoot, you're right. 1-2. Sorry. 1-2. 1-2.
That was a lock. I will give that to Ray.
Oh, because you went 1-2. Okay, I thought you went 2-1 the first night.
There was no sweat.
You do have 2 wins. You're tied with us.
No sweat that football game.
What is that?
I said that was a good block by Ray. I mean, that was a good bet. There's no
sweat.
Yeah,
that was a great bet. It was at no point did you ever have to sweat it.
Nope.
At no point.
The Pelicans game, different story. I was drenched.
What'd you say?
And then they tied it up. But the Pelicans game, I was drenched. I was sweating.
That was terrible. The Pelicans should have won that game. I like that bet coming in. I can't say anything. Hold up. Zach Wilson is starting at quarterback for the Jets Sunday. That just
gosh.
You gave the
Does
Jets?
That change your bet? Does that change your bet?
Does that change your bet?
I'll keep it fine. You know what? Zach Wilson coming back.
He is one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever watched play.
He is pretty bad.
But
you're sticking with the Jets, okay?
With him,
the line is going to be moving.
I'm not a bluffer like someone in here, so I'll stick with my guns.
What'd you say?
I'm not like someone.
Okay. Yeah. Well, turns out I'm taking the lines now.
There you go. We got three. Go ahead.
What's the reason?
No, because Ray's on the Jets. Now Zach Wilson's starting. He's going to be Lions are winning, making the playoffs.
Oh.
They might win.
We got 3 games this week that we get to watch between you guys. That's awesome.
You know, that's great you bet that, Gio, because we can't go 1-1. One of us has to win now. 2-1.
We have to get yes. We have to get some wins there.
You know, I'm sure those Lions appreciate that curse you just gave them.
Well, you know, when Josh Allen doesn't do crap tomorrow night, I'll be confident in the Lions on Sunday.
You're gonna like that cold.
He's gonna love it. He's gonna embrace it.
Sure he is.
This is a rivalry. This is a serious rivalry. Ray and Gio.
It's just fun and never ending to mess with them.
Yes. That's 100%. But I like the rivalry on this betting show though. Between you guys. I know once as the season goes on, everybody will be betting against each other.
Fuck 2-1. We might bring the brooms out on Gio this week. You know, 3
on
the bets.
Are you any response or?
You know, you got to look at his college basketball bets. They've been locked.
Yeah, they have.
When you hit one? No, you hit one. Coastal.
Yeah, Coastal. They tried to give it away.
Yes, they did. 100% did. That is that's really good. It'll be fun this weekend. This is a longer show. This is how our Fridays will be though, because we have to give out NFL plays because we're not doing as many weekend podcasts. But we'll be back probably Tuesday. Monday, me and Gio, I don't think are able to. Tuesday, we should be good. Not sure if we'll have to do it early in the morning, but if so, if we have to do it early in the morning, then hopefully Ray can wake
Yeah,
up,
we'll,
set
we'll
his
be
alarm.
having to blow up Ray's phone. Wake him up.
Okay, Tuesday, depending on schedules and stuff, we might have to do me and Gio. We'll see. If Ray wakes up, he wakes up. If not, you guys might only get 6 picks. Ray is it's tough for Ray to wake up nowadays. Kind of sad to see. But
One time.
that's it. That today I was worried. I hadn't got a text. I saw Turk's TikTok. All right. That is it.
Oh my god.
That is
Oh
it.
my god.
That is it for this episode. Turk is stealing Aldo's ideas on TikTok.
All right.
And you need to shout him out. If you guys don't know, our baseball team, it's basically a reality TV show. Tune into us this year. We got some of the biggest TikTok celebrities you possibly could see. I mean, you got guys not talking until they see a pretty girl on the TikTok live. Turk actually stole that idea.
Yep.
He stole that idea from Aldo, who started that insane trend. So actually, before we end this, if they watch, they definitely don't. Shout out to Turk and Aldo. They got stuff brewing on TikTok. Our baseball team is a reality TV show. Shout out to Ivan too, because Ivan always shouts out the podcast. Ivan's a real one. Ivan's about to start locking in with our locks. But yeah, like I said,
I like how you're going to put this in.
Oh, I 100% am putting this in.
No,
this
you're
will be
not.
At the end. This will be at the end of our podcast, bro. Nobody's even. If people are watching this far, it's like Cody. Cody is watching right. I know Cody. Shout out to Cody. Cody is watching right now. Cody's gonna make a guest. Cody, I talked to Cody. Cody's gonna make a guest appearance.
Yep, it's due. It needs to happen.
Probably baseball season though. He'll do NFL too, but NFL or MLB. I'm actually excited for MLB. I was thinking about it.
Yeah, let's talk about the Orioles' big signing of the.
Fuck the ownership. We need to talk about that. No, fuck the ownership. Everybody's blaming Mike Elias. This isn't Mike Elias.
No, it's not.
I don't think it's Mike Elias.
No.
I also think they're due for a big trade. Angelos brothers need to sell the team. They are holding the Orioles back. It's clear. It's not like hidden. They're fighting over ownership and who's going to get money and sell the team. They're clowns. If Rodon would have went anywhere else, I'd have been fine because honestly, yes, if Rodon would have signed, I would have said we just got the best pitcher in MLB. But Rodon can get hurt. Rodon's also only had 2 really, really good years. In New York, I think everybody's play goes down. Nobody goes to New York and turns into a great player. Aaron Judge was brought up in New York. He didn't have to switch teams. I think Rodon could struggle a little bit this year. So not getting Rodon doesn't kill me.
I could see Adam Frazier taking him deep.
I could see it as well. Lefty on lefty, smoker right field. That would be incredible. But I think the Orioles are trading. They're trading for somebody. Can we talk about that? We were trading for Pablo Lopez. And
don't
Ohtani.
Don't get your hopes up.
Ohtani's possible. Ray, what do you think? I know Ray. Ray is also the biggest. What's the term?
He's the most normal Baltimore fan you'll ever meet.
No, I think it's more excessive. Normal guys, at least at some point, like Ray's one of those guys who says, "I'm a Ravens fan. The Ravens suck," and then roots for them to lose. Ray is one of those fans.
I do not.
Ray is a bozo. What is the term for him, Gio?
He doesn't want to see the Orioles making the playoffs.
Yep. He doesn't.
You don't want to see the Orioles making the playoffs.
Oh my god.
He doesn't like Adley. He wanted Adley to get sent back down.
No.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. His views on Adley are just like his views on Lamar. Overrated, don't pay him.
Yep.
No, never said that.
And he doesn't like Gunner. It's crazy.
You're from Dundalk.
No, I'm not.
Those Dundalk fans like that.
I hope he's watching this.
Oh.
Yeah, probably isn't, but he can get a shout out in here.
Yeah, we should get Kyle on here.
I talked to him about it yesterday. He said he was bluffing. I played Fortnite with him. He said I'm not coming on. So that sucks. But that is it for this episode. This was a good episode. It's very long.
It was a good episode.
We had good content today. Gio gave out a couple of good bets after a good day for Gio. Ray and Gio have a good rivalry going this weekend. Three
Yep.
bets, and it's bowl season. Actually, the bowls start in 20 minutes, so that'll be exciting. And then our game is at 3:30. We have 3 bets in that. So
Yep.
tune in for that. Shout out to everybody watching, and we'll be back Tuesday, maybe just me and Gio. Hopefully Ray's alarm goes off. And yeah, we'll be back then.
Yep. Tuesday.
Yep.